The journey started back in October when the Wildcats head up for a weekend battle against St. Lawrence, and now here we are. It's game 34, the last game of the regular season, as the home team Wildcats welcome in the Boston College Eagles for a regular season finale here in the Women's Hockey East Conference. Sam Rogers and Kevin Larney here to give you the call. And Kevin, right before we get this game underway, the Wildcats are in an interesting playoff position, tied right now with UConn. UConn, thankfully, they lost last night against Boston University, so now any points here, and UNH holds sole position of 6th place going into the playoffs. What are the Wildcats going to have to do to walk away here with the tie or a win?
Well, Sam, as they go against the BC Eagles here this afternoon, BC is, listen to this, 23-10. They're 15-1 at home, but they're 7-9 away. And as BC heads away from Chestnut Hill, it would be huge for the Wildcats to take advantage here as they play in the Whittemore Center against this team. Another huge part for this Wildcat team is the defense. BC has a very strong offense. They scored 112 goals on the season this year, Sam. So look out for Megan Keller and Daryl Watts to make a huge impact on this game for this Eagle team. Last time these teams faced in the Whittemore Center, UNH got the win against the Eagles, so that is encouraging. And for BC, as I mentioned, 23-10, very strong team, very strong offense. They hope to keep that going today as they average 3.5 goals a game. And another huge thing for BC, if they want to win this game, they have to stay out of penalty trouble. UNH does a great job getting their opponents getting caught up in the penalties. And so far this year, Sam, they've scored 20 goals off of the power play this season.
And what a start we have had early on. Senior Megan Keller goes to the box for a tripping, but BC turns that shorthanded opportunity into a goal as a beautiful 2-1 finish gives the Eagles a very early 1-0 lead.
Couldn't even finish my pregame recap here, Sam.
McKenna Newkirk with a beautiful feed as we're watching the replay. 2-on-1, Tori Howard elected to take the shooter, not the passer. And that's going to result in a very early goal. Now the Wildcats still on the power play, 1:20 remaining on their 5-on-4 chance, are already playing from behind.
Man, a lot has happened just within that first minute of the game, Sam. Excited to get going here in the first period.
Within 50 seconds, a penalty and a goal as the Wildcats trying to rally. Their power play unit on the ice. Bad angle shot there by Carly Turner as the puck ends up getting out of the zone. Jenna Rose gonna have to regroup. She takes it herself all the way around the ice. Works her way into the circle, trying to fire a pass. Puck still floating around in front, no one able to get a clear shot off. Turner sends it down low to Rowe. UNH working the umbrella. Jenna Rose shot gets tipped, doesn't make its way to the net. Emily Rookwood fires a shot. That is also deflected, but goes right past the pad of Maddie MacArthur. Rose shot again is deflected. 3 block shots in a row for Boston College with 20 seconds remaining in the power play opportunity for UNH. BC able to break it out, and they elect to send it all the way down the ice and get a fresh line change. Megan Beers, the lone forechecker, as Rickman makes a good escape move. Nicole Dunbar can't handle that puck as we are full strength. BC able to more than successfully kill that penalty as they do score a shorthanded goal. Here's Beers now, sends it off the official, which gives UNH a break as Scammell using her backhand, trying to get off the glass, but good forechecking pressure by the Eagles in this possession. Summerfield holds the line for a brief moment, but she's forced to go D-to-D. As Jillian Fay uses her backhand to get it a little too far ahead of her teammates. That's going to result in an icing. But Kevin, fast-paced game. You mentioned BC, they can score a lot, and this Wildcat team does know it. The only time this season that UNH and BC played down in Chestnut Hill, like you mentioned, BC won that game 7-1. So what is this Wildcat offense now down 1-0? Who do you look for in today's game to have a real impact?
Well, I really think this huge impact is really, who's playing at home today, Sam, and it's the Wildcats. And I think that's what gives them the edge. As you mentioned, the Wildcats went to Chestnut Hill. They lost that one 7-1. And then when BC came to Winmore Center last time, well, the Wildcats won 3-2. So season series is tied 1-1 today as of right now, Sam. So I think the way it's been going this year, Sam, I think the Wildcats, if that is the case, whoever's playing at home gets the edge. I think the Wildcats are in good favor today, but that quick goal could definitely change the pace of the game. I mean, we've talked about how much of an impact a quick goal in the first period can change the momentum for a team.
The Eagles now trying to get some sort of shot off as Taylor Wenskowski, the leading point scorer for this Wildcat club. Had a fancy move in the last offensive possession, just wanted to get a deep and change. Here's Daryl Watts losing the puck at the top of the blue line. Devin Taylor, Carly Turner, and McManus. That starting unit for UNH trying to get something going, but BC here on a 4-on-2 opportunity if they rush. Wildcats able to get some forecheckers back. Kira Smith paddles that puck away from the crease. Boston College all over this Wildcat team early. Free breakout here for the Cats. McManus trying to chip it up to Taylor. She gets the puck back on her stick by the blue line, sends a deep forward change, which gives Maddie MacArthur some time to settle up this breakout. Megan Keller, who did get that penalty early on, wearing the C on her chest, the senior from Farmington Hills, Michigan, getting the play started. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Faye just sends it right on Kira Smith. Julie Scammell there to retrieve it. Scammell goes off the boards to Grace Middleton. Grace Middleton can't poke it ahead. Good play there by Jillian Faye to keep the puck on her side of the red line. Puck comes all the way out now to Summerfield. Summerfield, nice little saucer pass over. Some great transitional hockey right now as the Eagles go hard in on the play. Ryan Little, wearing number 20 in maroon and gold, drops it off. And then the Wildcats draw their own penalty. So with just under 15 minutes left in the first period, the Eagles go on the man advantage, and that's not something you want to do if you are UNH, already trailing 1-0, just 5 minutes into the game, giving a very talented BC team an extra man opportunity, as we see Jenna Rowe just getting tangled up in front of the net, trying to disallow some Eagle forecheckers to get in front of Kira Smith, but that's going to result in a 2-minute trip to the box to let this Eagles team set up on offense.
And this Eagles team, Sam, is coming off a 4-game win streak. They won it last week against the Maine Black Bears 5-2. So the momentum is going for this team right now, and you're seeing it within the first 5 minutes of the game. Well, we wonder if the Wildcats can turn it around quickly, and we've seen it so far this year, Sam. Wildcats can definitely change the pace of the game just like that, and a penalty can definitely change how the game switches.
McManus battling in the corner with a host of Eagles and Wildcats closely trying to find any loose puck that pops out. Eagles are able to control possession. Pass from Watts did not connect with any Boston College stick. So the Eagles and Wildcats get a fresh line change. Callie Flanagan sets up shot behind her own end and gets it up to Megan Keller, the other captain. Keller now possesses it, fires it up to the point for Barnes. Barnes now gets it again. Eagles working that umbrella. Good puck moving up top for Boston College. They try to go back door. Good defensive play there for the Wildcats to not allow a point-blank shot on Kira Smith with 35 seconds left in this UNH penalty.
That was Megan Keller's 19th goal of the season, Sam. So she currently ties Daryl Watts with 19 goals to lead the team.
Slap shot one-timer there from Barnes. That's deflected. UNH still having trouble to clear the zone. Good kick save there by Tally Warren. Not letting anything through, but Eagles still have the puck in the zone. Keller As you can hear, the stick of MacArthur signaling that this penalty is about to expire. Skate in the crease is what the official's gonna call, so that's gonna bring the puck out of the offensive zone, and that's gonna really bail out UNH as they're able to get a full line change and, more importantly, clear the zone, because this Boston College power play attack has had nothing short of complete possession in this first power play chance. As Jenna Rowe exits the penalty box, we are back on full strength as Truax has the puck behind the net, can't get it up the boards. Savannah Norcross working with the puck, trying to find her teammate in front, but Jillian Fay was pinching on the blue line, so Wildcats able to clear it.
Saw Paige Rinn trying to chase that puck down, trying to make the most out of that opportunity, looking for that breakaway.
Wildcats finally get it in Boston College territory, but the Eagles quickly flip the switch. Norcross gets it deep and goes for a line change, which brings out that top line of Watts, Newkirk, and Agnew. Wildcats send it the length of the ice. No icing, however, as BC trying to stretch the play. McKenna Newkirk gets the puck, but loses it. Here's Grace Middleton one-on-one. Trying to get something on net, she does, but that was an easy stick save for MacArthur. She just put it off to the corner. Pelletier unable to get a stick on that to slow it down. That's going to be an icing, questionable icing call, as pretty clear that Pelletier could have made at least an effort to touch that puck, but nonetheless, with 11:36 remaining in this first period, we're going to get a face-off to the left side of MacArthur as we watch that replay. Grace Middleton really couldn't get a quality scoring chance going one-on-one against Summerfield. Eagles able to keep that starting unit on the ice. And the Wildcats have the line of Chapman, Middleton, and Nicole Dunbar. Two juniors and a sophomore. Grace Middleton, the lone sophomore on that line from Midland, Michigan. A Little Caesars product, one of the more quote-unquote famous junior clubs in the country with boys and girls junior programs. Wildcats win the faceoff, but the puck is possessed by Watts. Daryl Watts trying to go 1-on-2. Makes a fancy move, but loses the puck in her skates. Good play there by Dunbar. She just fires, it goes off a linesman, so unable to go deep in the Eagle zone. Agnew sends it, wraps it around. No forechecker there for BC, so it comes to the stick. As Tori Howard sends it deep. Flanagan making some nice skating moves, as that is one touch in, so no icing. Ryan Little, the Eagle, to get a stick on it. UNH still trying to get any sort of momentum, although the shots are 4-4 so far in the first half of this period. BC clearly dominating the possession time and obviously the scoreboard. Barnes with some pressure from Taylor. The Eagles are able to break it out as Ryan Little dropped it off to Longerin. And Jenna Rowe for the Cats trying to get the puck deep. She does what she normally likes to do and take it herself all the way to the slot. Good defensive play there by the Eagles to remove the puck from the possession of Rowe. Good one touch there to Devin Taylor. She sends it off the glass, able to get a line change. Lauren Martin, first one there for the Cats. Good poke check on the forecheck, giving her fellow Wildcat line mates some time to get into the zone, but it doesn't matter as the Eagles, like they've been doing so far in the first half of this period, as we are under the 10-minute mark in period number 1 from the Whittemore Center, they are just fluidly moving this puck through the neutral zone. Good pace of play early on as Faye goes indirect, but unable to convert at first, with the Wildcats let the puck go, and there's going to be an interference call and a retaliation hit. And this game was getting physical, as an incidental interference call results in a direct retaliation, and a foolish move there by the Eagles, unable to see who it was.
Barris,
Rickwood goes down, And then that's Balinskis, just retaliation at its finest. Goes right into the corner to hit Rickwood, and on the interference call, it looks very incidental. So nothing to really lose your cool about, but that's going to cost the Eagles an extra man advantage, and both players will serve 2 minutes to offset the call.
And Sam, almost every game we talk about how crucial it is for a team to capitalize on a power play, but how about we talk about the impact the team has when their defense, how their defense performs when the other team is on the power play. UNH has held opponents to 13 goals this year when it comes to the power play, and looking at BC, they've held opponents to 24 goals on the power play. So UNH defense is slightly stronger, it looks like, just based off those numbers in that aspect of the game, and you wonder if that shows within the next 2 minutes.
4-on-4 hockey, and here on the Olympic-sized ice of the Whittemore Center, a lot of room for the team's best skaters. BC's top unit out there as Keller gets the puck, trying to go quickly over to Newkirk, who almost got a beautiful one-touch on it. Those two captains unable to connect as Tori Halloran just got blitzkrieg there by Newkirk. Daryl Watts gets it over to Keller, drops it over. What puck movement there by the Eagles as that shot goes wide. Little tic-tac-toe action from that top unit. Keller, who lists as a defenseman, you see her on the offensive side of the ice more than most forwards. As just out of the camera frame was McManus calling for the puck all alone on the far side of the neutral zone, but she was unable to get a look as she gains the puck now. Could have gone far side as Devin Taylor jumped over the boards, but instead the Wildcats elect to regroup. Good one touch there by Taylor. Taylor takes it, calls off McManus. She drops it over to McManus, but unable to get anything going. Good hustle to the puck as Jenna Rowe wheels it. Good touch by McManus, so no icing. 30 seconds remaining in this 4-on-4 hockey. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first period. 1-0 BC. BC scored a quick goal in the first minute of the game on a shorthanded opportunity. McManus trying to go 2-on-1 with Scammell. Scammell takes it, tried to go far side, unable to connect on the net. Beers gets it over to Connolly. Connolly over to Beers again for a one-timer. That's unable to go on net. Both teams now at 5-on-5 as Keller trying to get something indirectly, unable to connect as Conley gets it. Fires a shot on Kira Smith. Good save with the paddle. Tori Halloran, or excuse me, Megan Truax trying to go indirectly to Taylor Wenskowski. They are unable to connect, and that's going to result in an icing. You can tell the pace of play has picked up. 7 shots for Boston College, 4 shots UNH, but both teams are skating up and down the ice, really improving this pace of play.
And it's gone physical early, as you saw, Sam, just a few moments ago. Usually you don't see that come the third period, but it's getting exciting here in the first period a little bit early.
UNH and Boston College, 2 traditional powerhouses in the Hockey East women's and men's divisions. So you can always tell there's a little added animosity whenever the Wildcats and the Eagles face off. Especially last game of the season when the Wildcats need some points. BC comfortably sitting at second place in the Hockey East Conference behind Northeastern. BC with 38 points to Northeastern's 44. Taylor Wenskowski fires it almost into the rafters here at the Whittemore Center just to get the puck deep. And good hit on Paige Red. Puck comes out to Chapman, who's unable to get a touch on, and that's going to result in a 2-on-2 the other way. Daryl Watts weaves it wide. Fires a good paddle save, or blocker save by Kira Smith. She's able to cover that up. And what was a weird play by Wenskowski, just goes in the air to get the puck deep. The puck came right out to Abby Chapman, but she was unable to corral that puck and get a good shot off. But that would have been UNH's first clear scoring chance so far today.
What a turnaround of events there just a few moments ago. You saw UNH looked like had an opportunity, puck gets loose, and then BC takes it other way, and Daryl Watts gets a good look.
Looks like that's going to be another icing call for UNH. as Jillian Fay was sprinting full speed for the puck, so the refs will call it an icing.
And as I mentioned, Sam, Daryl Watts and Megan Keller, as you already saw from Keller, they can both be high powerhouses for this BC Eagle team. So keep looking out for them if you're this UNH defense. And you've seen it early on today.
Eagles control the faceoff, good passing, switching levels up the zone. Nicole Dunbar skating, not knowing where the puck was. Chapman goes to Truax. Truax trying to get it out of the zone. She does. Grace Middleton on pursuit. Good one touch there by Longerin. Longerin's going to take it wide behind the goal line. Good body position to keep off Tori Howren, but the Wildcats are able to clear it. Here's Howren, the defenseman, chips it in off the boards to herself. She's going to go low and try to forecheck. Let's get anything going for this Wildcat team. Devin Taylor takes the puck. Loose puck still in front. No clear sign by the official, but eventually we do get a whistle. As Maddie MacArthur smothers that puck up, and still some extracurriculars in front of the net.
Yes.
Both these teams are playing hard to that last possible second before you hear a whistle.
You usually don't see it get that physical this early on in the game, Sam.
Carly Turner getting smothered right in front, you can see, and there's McManus getting some few whacks. And Megan Keller, the senior captain, did not take appreciation to those Wildcats pounding her freshman goalie. Maddie MacArthur, just a freshman from St. Catherine, Ontario, but she has done most of the work this season for the Eagles as BC once again a quality scoring chance. Good save by Kira Smith to keep this a one-goal game with 5 minutes remaining in the first period. The first 15 minutes has been all BC in terms of shots, zone time, possession, and goals as McManus tried to step around Newkirk. Good play there by the senior from Scottsdale. Balunskas just sends it deep and heads off for a change. Top line out for the Eagles as Paige Red blows the tire and unable to catch that pass. Daryl Watts just one touches it deep. Costly play there as a no-look pass from Lindsay Agnew resulted in a pretty near empty net, and the Wildcats were forced to take a penalty. Kira Smith comes out of her net, mishandles the play. Agnew goes no look to Newkirk, who was right on the doorstep. Watch this good angle on it.
That was a close one, Sam.
And a smart play there by Julia Scammell to take that penalty, because that would have been not a 100% goal, but a very good quality scoring chance for the Eagles. But with 4:22, this Boston College team goes right back to the power play as that unit of Watts, Newkirk, and Agnew. Kaylee Flanagan moves it over to Summerfield, and a goal for the Eagles. A shot from the point by Flanagan.
What a shot.
And that goes just right over the glove of Kira Smith. The Eagles just passing it up and down in a shot. Can't see if Agnew got a deflection on it. Agnew setting a beautiful screen.
Yeah, it gave Smith a very difficult view of where the puck was going.
And that's just an expectation at this point. This BC team is absolutely dominating the offensive zone. And some nice little stick handling from Flanagan results in a quick snapshot and the second goal of the game with 4 minutes remaining in this first period.
Yeah, beautiful top shelf there by Flanagan, as you just mentioned, Sam. And then Agnew with an even better screen. That gave Smith an even harder view of the puck and see where it's going.
Callie Flanagan just her third goal of the season, 17th goal in her career in the 151 games played. Wildcats now seriously in a hole as they trail 2-0 as the first period intermission gets closer and closer. Carly Turner goes give and go with Jenna Rowe. Turner with some speed, nice little dangle, and she's gonna draw a penalty. Turner goes fancy, and instead of walking by her defender, she'll take those extra 2 minutes on the power play. Nice little between the legs, and that absolutely fooled Longerin. And she gets the tripping penalty, so now the Wildcats, if they want to get something going with 3:18 left in the first period, here's a perfect opportunity. Turner, Dunbar, and McManus. First unit with Rowe and Rickwood.
Let's see if the Wildcats can tally their 21st goal on the power play this season, Sam.
Rickwood and Rowe go cat and mouse. Setting up in that umbrella. Trying to fire, it goes to indirect. Carly Turner from behind the net trying to send it in front. But a goal's a goal, and the Wildcats cut this lead in half. 2-1 Boston College.
Great touch there. Let's take another look, Sam. It looks like
Carly Turner trying to find Emily Rickwood, who is creeping down from the point. And that just goes off the skate of number 23, Kayla Barnes of BC.
That's number 21, Sam. 21 goals off the power play this season.
Just the 6th shot on net, if you even want to count that as a shot on net. But regardless, this Wildcat team, they found a way to score right before the end of the period. So now it is a 2-1 game.
That's led up 25 goals for the BC defense when they come facing the power play. So BC can't afford to get in more penalty for the rest of this first period and for the next 2 periods as well.
Erin Conley had a shot that went off the chest of Smith. She was unable to possess it, which results in a loose puck as Carly Turner able to kick it over to Rickwood. Rickwood fires it high up in the air right onto the Wildcat bench. So that's going to keep the puck in the UNH zone with 2:20 remaining in the first frame.
And that goal was huge for the Wildcats, Sam. Puts them right back into this game, and we talk about how good this BC Eagle offense is, and you can't afford to give them more opportunities, but for the Wildcats to bounce right back in it is huge here in the first period. Very encouraging for the team.
The Wildcats just needed anything to go their way as they were getting outplayed, or still are getting outplayed, by the number 7th ranked team in the country, BC. Lauren Martin to Paige Wren, good defensive play there by Flanagan, and we're going to get a penalty call. And it looks like that's going to be on the Eagles.
Not what you want to see if you're a BC Eagle fan, Sam.
Look at the replay. Paige Wren does go down as she was cutting hard to the net by Newkirk. But the penalty is not going to go on Newkirk. It's going to go on number 23, Kayla Barnes. So right back to the power play they go. 1:54 left, which means for the rest of this period, it's going to be 5-on-4 hockey unless there's a goal.
There is Turner.
Deja vu with a little cat and mouse with Rowe and Rickwood as they shoot the puck right into the chest of Summerfield, and she just kind of ate a couple hacks from Devin Taylor to draw another power play face-off. Same unit for this Wildcat team. Look to see if they go with Rowe and Rickwood up top, but they lose the face-off. So here's Keller. Plenty of time. She fires it all the way down.
That was Turner just trying to fight for the face-off. Wildcats looking for number 22 when talking about power plays or goals scored on the power play.
Turner gets that puck poked, but Jenna Rose right there, so no harm, no foul. Turner fires a shot. That goes off the shin pad of Somerville. Turner again, that gets blockered away. And the Eagles are able to clear.
Here's Rickwood trying to chase it down. Trying to get another shot here. Still got plenty of time. Just over a minute left.
Are they going to call 2 minutes? Dangerous move there by Rickwood, firing the puck into a whole crowd of Wildcats changing, and they are going to call, it appears, yeah, they're going to call too many men. Emily Rickwood sent a pass right into the pack as there was about 6 or 7 Wildcats changing, And because there was possession near the area, the officials deemed that too many men, so Paige Rinn's gonna serve a 2-minute penalty. And like what BC did to UNH at the beginning of the period, the Wildcats repay them and bail them out of a penalty kill. So we have 4-on-4 hockey for the final minute of the period. Tori Howard, good dump off, there's to Agnew. Agnew comes in on a breakaway. Fakes, goes backhand robbery there by Kira Smith with the blocker. Or excuse me, with the leg pad. Final 40 seconds. As Pelletier finds herself in the offensive zone. Some contact in front with Lenskowski. Back to that 4-on-4 style of play as Newkirk drops over to Agnew. Agnew thought about dropping it back to Keller, but she was unable to get the pass off as Lenskowski gains possession behind her own net. She just chips it back to Pelletier with 15 seconds left. Pelletier over to Howard. Howard cross ice to Turner. Turner trying to get one more play. Nice little puck move. McManus with the backhand. Unable to get a quality shot off. And that's going to bring up 3 zeros on the scoreboard. And after a fast-paced first period, as we look at the beautiful save by Kira Smith with that leg pad extended as much as she can.
And what a look from Agnew, Sam.
She faked on the forehand, went backhand, and Kira Smith not fooled, and that save is why we are still at a 2-1 hockey game. BC got the scoring first, but when we get back, we will have the second period of action. Sam Riders and Kevin Larney. We'll be right back after this.
Liftoff of the Atlas V with MMS.
want want-to guys, not have-to guys, and guys that want to come to the rink and guys that want to do the things that are required of them. And I think that's the key to being successful.
Come on, go, 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 go!
It's a long year in terms of the time commitment. I think it may be even the longest season in the NCAA from start to the Frozen Four.
Go short, short, pull, go!
I don't want the guys ever to look at playing hockey at UNH as a grind. I want them to look at it as a great opportunity.
Our busiest days are usually Monday, Wednesday is when we have our workout, which is like an extra hour or two that you're at the rink.
Heads on a swivel, I got a man and a half at all times.
There's a lot of practicing in college hockey, and a lot of these guys are coming from junior hockey where they're playing 60, 70, 80 games. We only play 34 regular season games.
Get going, Chris!
So practice at times can be tedious, but I think that's the responsibility of our staff to make sure that we keep it fresh.
Angus, come back on the inside on this side with Charlie.
Coach, he always says, like, we won't keep you out there long, but we got to go hard. Which I love. I love being pushed as a player.
1, 2, 3.
I think the biggest thing that we love to do is go and have dinner after practice together. We take up a bunch of tables inside Holloway Commons. It's awesome being able to socialize with the guys to end the day, and we see each other the next day around 9 a.m.
The responsibility of a UNH hockey player is a big one, and all the guys take it very seriously. We always appreciate it when there's little kids coming out to skate with us. It's cool to see them look up to you, and you want to just be a good role model for them. So I'm a finance major in the Paul Business School.
My major is sports studies with a minor in business. My biggest thing is I want to stay in sports or in the game in some way.
Growing up, my parents and my grandparents too would always stress how important the academic side was and how hockey doesn't last forever. Even if you do go pro, you're still gonna have to end up getting a job at some point. That's why I've been taking it so seriously in college. So I just want to make my parents proud, make my grandparents proud.
That was the biggest thing for my mom. It's always books first, athletics second. I want to be the best student athlete I can be here.
One of the advantages, I think, of playing in Hockey East is that it is a bus league. You know, other leagues in the country, you're on a plane, you're flying here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, you might be on a bus, but most nights you're going to be back home in your own bed. You know, being a hockey player, being an athlete at this level is something that you don't really think much about. Guys are playing junior hockey where they're familiar with 10 and 12-hour bus trip and then playing that night.
I played in the BCHL in juniors. It's a 12-hour road trip up to Prince George, and it's just a long haul. It's brutal. It's in the middle of the winter. It's no fun. But meanwhile, like the longest one here that we've had this year is 5 hours. We're like, oh, this is easy for us. This is a breeze. At this point, everyone's been on the bus for extended periods of time, and if I'm tired, I'll just shut my eyes for a bit.
Obviously, playing at a Boston school is always pretty special. It's probably the hub of our league.
It's a sense of pride anytime I have an opportunity to showcase UNH in Boston. And our players realize that oftentimes, if you want to get anywhere in Hockey East, you got to go through the schools in Boston.
A sellout crowd at the Whittemore Center tonight for the Wildcats and Black Bears.
The White at the Wick game is really special, and all the guys look forward to it. Obviously, the history of the rivalry between us and Maine is big. There's been a lot of historic games played, whether it's at Fenway or Frozen Fours in Anaheim. The rink is packed, and you got the student section full.
I love it when it brings that extra bit of energy for you.
A blast from Mask.
There's nothing like coming here, playing a home game at the Whittemore Center on a Saturday night when the place is packed. There's extra energy in the building. The team seems to have more life. It's something that brings me back to my time here as a student athlete.
There's Arian on the face-off.
Here it is.
And I don't think there's any other experience like it in our conference and nationally.
Aaron Nazarian in overtime. Catch all the excitement of UNH hockey at the Whittemore Center. Here comes Angus Crookshank. They're sharing up the face-off. There's still time to check out the Wildcats and their fast-paced, action-packed brand of family entertainment. Looking for more. They've got more. Brendan Van Riemsdyk. Limited tickets are available, including terrific group options and ticket packages. Call 603-862-4000 or visit UNHWildcats.com.
At the University of New Hampshire, we live every day on the edge of a new possibility. We see beyond obstacles, we embrace challenges, and discover new ways forward. We do some of the world's most ambitious research. We're keepers of a spirited community built on collaboration and inspiration. Our goal isn't to make headlines, it's to make change. Join us here at UNH, the state's flagship research university.
I think, as I say often, our programs are part of the fabric of the Seacoast. So for us to get out here, have the opportunity to see so many kids out here smiling and having fun, and then our guys having a great time too, and the women having a great time, I think it's awesome. One of the staples, I think, of UNH athletics is the opportunity that our kids, our athletes have to get out into the community, especially with a lot of the young kids in the Seacoast area. It's not only awesome for the young kids that get to meet our athletes, whether it's the hockey players, the football players, whatever it is. It's also rewarding for our athletes to experience that and to see the people that come out and cheer them on. So I think it's incredibly rewarding, and it's incredibly vital to what we do as an athletics program, not just as a hockey program.
It's just fun to see, for the community, to see our kids in the community, because they care so much about people, and sometimes they just see them behind a mask, and it's good to see their faces and to see their personalities and to see the character they have. It's been a few years they've had it now, and it's nice to be outside New England playing hockey or skating. It's what it's supposed to be like. It all started on ponds and outdoors, and here we are.
We're here at Puddle Duck Pond, just coming out here, supporting the community, skating with little kids. It's a great day outside. We do it usually every year, and it's just kind of giving back to the community. It's like back to the traditional hockey, like outdoors, skating with the kids. Like every kid comes out here, starts like skating around. It's really fun for us to just be outside. Nice weather out today, and it's just all about giving back to the community. They look up to us, and being able to be on the same ice surface as us, it's pretty special to them, and it's pretty fun for us too to be outside and just give back. So
I think it sends a good message to everyone, just to get people out to the games to watch us and hopefully connect with the kids a little bit, just have that personal connection, because I know a lot of kids look up to my teammates and I, so it's just a great opportunity for us.
The Wildcats and the Eagles in a 2-1 battle here on the regular season finale of the Wildcats and the Eagles schedule right before the Hockey's playoffs. And Kevin, we were talking about how important the power play is for not only a game like today, but in general. And so far we've seen 3 power play goals between the Wildcats and Boston College. All 3 goals on the board as a result of the power play. What are we going to expect for power play and, you know, future offensive opportunities for the rest of the game?
Well, as you just mentioned, Sam, 3 goals, and we're already going into the second period. So an exciting game so far with some very exciting plays for BC. You know, as I mentioned, this offense is scary, Sam. They have the weapons to do it. Megan Keller already tallied a goal, and they also have Daryl Watts and some other some key players on that offensive side. But they can't afford to get any more penalty trouble. I think BC can handle the game pretty well, and you've seen them manage it pretty well. It's just when they get in that penalty trouble, and that causes some more opportunities for the Wildcats.
Speaking of the power play, Boston College now on the power play. It was a little 4-on-4 to end the first period. So 44 seconds left, and the Eagles go on the extra man advantage. As an inadvertent whistle there by the officials. So instead of a full icing, we'll get a face-off at the center dot, right on the Wildcat. The second power play unit on the ice for the Eagles, as the Wildcats able to send it deep. And Maddie MacArthur just paddles it away. Here's Kayla Barnes, goes over the red line, now gains the blue. Gets into that circle, stops. Beautiful cross-ice saucer pass to Longerin. Keller to Barnes. Barnes now walks in, tries to go backdoor, she does it. A rebound goal, no goal. A beautiful pass from Barnes to that back door. And at first they call no goal.
It looked like it went
off 2 posts.
It went off the top right corner and then bounced back out into the middle, hitting the left post.
And I think the reason why the official called no goal is you can see Belinsky's just fly in. I think she hit the puck off of her foot. It looks like it went off her shin pad, but a beautiful pass nonetheless from Barnes, trying to go one-timer.
I don't know how that didn't go in.
Went off 2 posts. From our angle, it looked like it went off the back post right in the middle of the net. But as we saw in the replay, it did not go in. The officials are going to check this out. Shane Belanger, Bill Dorian, the 2 officials for today game. But I mean, I think that the reason they called a no goal is the puck clearly went in the net, but I think they are determining that Balinskis used her skate and or her knee pad to finally put the puck past the goal line, even though she did have a stick on it.
Yeah, we'll see if they show us another look, Sam, but you just see Balinskis just diving in, just trying to give her all her effort there, trying to get the 3rd goal of the game for Eagles. But it, you know, I mean, we saw the Eagles come into the game just under a minute in the game. They scored a goal, and we go into the second period, and they're getting it could be another possible quick goal again, opening up the period, Sam. So we'll see if they show it again. As you mentioned, it clearly went in, but pretty unfortunate if the Eagles don't get the goal here.
Boston College loving to attack in the first 60 seconds. They score with 19-11 on the scoreboard in the first period. And if this gets overturned, it'll be a goal at 19-14. Let's see what the call on the ice is. No goal. So the Wildcats, a lucky break as we see the replay one more time. 1 post. And then it looks like, yeah, she used her glove. It looked like it went in right with her glove, so Balinskis did use the body to make that puck cross the goal line, even though she did have a clear lane with her stick. But fortunate enough for UNH, that's going to be a no-goal call on the ice. And with 10 seconds left on their penalty kill, they'll get a defensive zone face-off to the blocker side of Kira Smith.
That's a huge save for the Wildcats too, Sam. The Eagles go up 3-1 in the second period. That's a deep hole for the Wildcats, but it's still a good game here. Wildcats can easily come back from this one. One goal can change it all.
Full strength as Barnes able to jump in on that pinch. She backhands it down low. The Eagles trying to get something going, but that puck goes out. Barnes Moves across ice to Brown. Here's Keller, unable to get a backhand look. So she just chips it in deep. Good battle there by Pelletier to win the race to the puck. And Paige Rinn trying to find McManus in the middle of the ice, but that's going to result in an icing. And just looking at some records so far this season, if the Wildcats score a power play goal, they have a winning record of 7-3-2 on the season. The Wildcats did get that goal on the power play in the first period. And they are 1-5-2 after trailing after one. So the Wildcats trying to find themselves on the underdog stat on that line as they win the face-off back to the defense. But the Eagles looking to do something, another backdoor opportunity. Good play there by Carly Turner to lift the stick of Newkirk as the BC's top line is looking dangerous every time they step on the ice.
Yeah, Newkirk was creeping on that left side, looking for another opportunity there after just couldn't capitalize on the last goal for the Eagles.
Newkirk touches it down to herself, but the Wildcats able to flip the puck up. We've seen that happen about 3 times so far this game. UNH just electing to use the aerial attack to clear the zone. BC is doing such a good job on the forecheck. UNH goes D to D, that's Tally Warren. Gets it up to Rickwood, unable to find Lenskowski. Lenskowski goes on the forecheck with Lauren Martin. Lauren Martin gets a stick on it, but doesn't stop Keller's movement. No offsides the call. As Summerfield with plenty of time gets it back to Keller. Number 3 to number 4. Right back to Somerville. Somerville goes cross ice, couldn't connect to Watts, but she's able to get a stick on it. Now Wildcats trying to stretch the ice. Good pass there from Rickwood. Gets it up to Devin Taylor. Devin Taylor fires a shot, goes off the blocker of MacArthur.
Just over the last few possessions, Sam, you saw Nicole Dunbar and Devin Taylor trying to disrupt this BC defense to see if they could get something going. Dunbar just couldn't get to the net there.
Good step up there by Jenna Rowe. And Abby Chapman tried to use the whole stick to get a play, but a 2-on-1 here. Nicole Dunbar in the slot, tried to go far side. Great kick save by the freshman. Keeps this game at 2-1. But the Wildcats getting a quality scoring chance, something they really didn't do all first period. But with 16:30 on the clock, they've had a couple chances so far this second. Tori Howard uses the skates to collect that pass. Excuse me, Carly Turner. But the Eagles come flying down the other way. Here's Erin Connolly, a junior from South Boston. Good chip there by McManus, but that's going to go all the way down the ice and icing on the Wildcats. But speaking of Erin Connolly from being from South Boston, a lot of Massachusetts talent, not only on this Boston College team, but also on UNH as well. Kelly Brown is from Burlington. Katherine Longerin is from Rosendale, Massachusetts. Like we mentioned, Erin Connolly from South Boston. Olivia Finocaro from Saugus. Molly Slow from Medfield, Massachusetts. Savannah Norcross from Lynn. Jillian Fay from Nantucket. Bridget McCarthy from Pembroke. And Callie Flanagan from Burlington. A lot of local talent on this Eagle team.
It seems to be paying off for them too, Sam. 20-5 on the season. 23-10, excuse me.
Good take there by McManus. She tried to go upstairs on that near side, but just missed the net. That was Jillian Fay on the breakout, the Nantucket native. And here's a non-Massachusetts native, Megan Keller from Michigan, trying to do it all herself from the defensive position as Wenskowski picks her pocket. Trying to go cross ice, but good play there by Daryl Watts to keep it in the offensive zone. Good stick handling, but a better save as Lindsay Agnew, some fancy toe work, and fired a shot, but easy save for Kira Smith. And then looking at those Massachusetts natives on the Wildcat side, Devin Taylor from North Billerica, Megara McManus from Milton, right outside of Boston, and Tori Palumbo from Ayer, Massachusetts, right in the central part of the state. No icing there, as Barnes was chasing that puck down the full head of steam, so the officials called it off as Summerfield starts the breakout. This top line for BC on the ice once again feels like they're on nearly every other shift, and you can tell why. Watts with 38 points, Newkirk with 33, and Agnew with 22 points, all respectively on the season. As Paige Wren gets a breakaway. Paige Wren can tie it. She shoots, she goes bar, goal!
What a shot from Paige Wren. Top shelf.
Paige Wren gets left alone on the breakaway, and she makes the Eagles pay, and we got a tie hockey game nearly halfway through the period.
One-on-one here, Sam. Look at that look from Wren. Hands in the air, celebrating.
What a goal by number 9. She goes bar, and in. 14:42 left, and the momentum and the energy has officially swung to the home team. The number 7th ranked Boston College Eagles came out flying with a 1-0 lead, then a 2-1 lead. UNH scored their only goal on an own goal off a skate of Boston College, so their true first goal of the game is the equalizer.
And the crowd is loving it here, Sam. Just heard a lot of noise here in the house.
Whittemore Center is getting loud here on a Saturday matinee edition of some Wildcat hockey. Wildcats and Eagles will now be fighting for that go-ahead goal as Abby Chapman trying to one-touch it through some traffic. Puck goes out to Rickwood, who just doesn't hesitate, gets it deep, which forces MacArthur to come out of her net. You can hear the classic Civ chants from the Wildcat faithful who are here as McManus gets taken down, doesn't go on the boards. She's able to catch herself as Scammell just fires it in on net. But McManus is right there, loose puck in front. No one makes a play on it. Carly Turner turns, fires. Devin Taylor couldn't find the puck.
And before that, Sam, you saw Devin Taylor just body longer, and Devin Taylor, definitely one of the more physical players on this team.
Wildcats for the first time playing at their level, playing with a lot of energy as Jenna Rowe goes almost coast to coast. Couldn't get the shot off from the slot, but that's going to be a Boston College icing. Nope, they wave it off. Good body contact there by Scammell, and a good pickoff play by Jenna Rowe as she backchecked. Keller came down from the point. Couple fans looking for a hooking call. They don't get it. Keller fires it, goes right to the stick of Rowe, and Rowe again fires a stretch pass. Lauren Martin unable to catch up to it as the Eagles try to go odd man the other way. Kicked away there by Smith. Newkirk, nice move. Good touch to Agnew. Agnew trying to go cross-side again as Grace Middleton with some speed is gonna have a daunting task of going one-on-one here. Goes wide, puts it right through her skates. Try to go 5-hole, good save there by MacArthur, but a great move by Grace Middleton. Went right by Callie Flanagan.
Just saw Middleton come swerving in, trying to hit that left side of the net. Even better save by MacArthur.
Some incidental contact, so no call on the body check. Chapman working in the corner, but Halloran goes indirect, and we have a 2-on-1. It's Nicole Dunbar, it's Grace Middleton, number 6 and number 4. Dunbar shoots, no, can't get the rebound. Grace Middleton was right there, unable to convert, but the Wildcats are flying. Dunbar, one of the better skaters on this Wildcat roster, flew back to forecheck, or to back check, excuse me, makes a good play. Bar and out, and what a sequence of events.
I could hear that from here, Sam. Puck just banged against that crossbar.
And a good take there, right to the net was McManus. She draws a penalty, and that puck almost just slipped through, but Kevin, what has been happening? The past 5 minutes have been back and forth hockey, scoring chance after scoring chance. As we take a look, it looks like the Wildcats, they're gonna go back on the power play, and it's gonna be Keller who drew that tripping call. So one of the best skaters and defensemen for the Eagles team will serve the next 2 minutes on the bench.
But just looking at the past few minutes for this Wildcat team, Sam, Paige Wren with the goal, and it looks like that's been a huge momentum changer here in the second period as there's a little over 11 minutes to go. I don't think BC wants to get into penalty trouble at this point of the game, Sam. This Wildcat team looks fired up. just looking at the past 2-on-1 opportunities, Dunbar to Middleton, Middleton to Dunbar. It's looking good.
Tevin Taylor almost was in the right place, right time, as the Eagles are able to get a line change as they send it deep. Taylor, McManus, now on the ice, Lauren Martin with Rickwood and Rowe, the power play unit. Jenna Rowe goes all the way down, unable to get a quality shot, but they're going to settle. Rickwood drops it off to Rowe. Rowe fires a slap shot high. That goes off the body of Summerfield.
Let's see what Rickwood can do right here as she tries to kick it back up top to one of the better scorers on this Wildcat team, Wenskowski.
Paige Rinn, the goal scorer for the Wildcats this period. Sauce it over to Martin. Martin goes down, but Wenskowski out of nowhere fires a shot that goes off the glass.
Looks like Lauren Martin tripped up there, but good thing by Wenskowski to be there at the right time. Great positioning, just couldn't get to the net there for Wenskowski.
Bad pass there by Howard, forces the Wildcats to retreat from the zone, but Pelletier takes it deep. Wildcats can have two people on the puck. Lauren Martin trying to pickpocket Kaylee Flanagan. Flanagan gets it over to Barnes. Howard from her own end. Did not see Grace Middleton, who just hopped off the bench with 15 seconds left on this power play.
Here's Pelletier, gonna dump it to Wenskowski.
That was tipped off something, a redirected hard back. But Pelletier goes barred out.
Another bar shot here, Sam. I think, how many of those have we seen? I mean, there's been 31 shots in the game. I want to say half of them have hit the bar here this afternoon.
And Abby Chapman just found the puck right in her lap, but she was unable to get a stick on it. Any puck to the net right now is on a heat-seeking missile track to go in. And fortunate enough for both goalies, they've been hearing the pipes ringing all day long. But the pipe is their best friend right now. Back-to-back pipes and out. First the Eagles, second the Wildcats as Pelletier almost had a beautiful bar-down goal from a near no angle to give the Cats a 3-2 lead.
And the bar's been on both, has been friendly on both sides of the puck here tonight, or this afternoon, Sam. It's been happening for the Wildcats as well as the Eagles.
The hockey gods have no favorites as Carly Turner once again makes a fancy move trying to step past the defender, but she tumbles into the boards and lays down a nice little hit there on Faye. Belinskas drops that puck over to Flanagan. Flanagan takes a slap shot right to the glove of Kira Smith, and she's going to make a business decision and hold on to that and force a face-off. And wow, with 8 minutes left in the second period, after a first frame that was all Boston College, it has resulted in a back and forth battle. As we see the replay as, Pelletier, Bobby Orr style as she's getting tripped to the ice. Look at that one more time. On the one knee, just goes piping out. Would have been a beautiful goal for the senior captain, number 21 for UNH.
Man, if that hit top shelf, Sam, we may have seen that on ESPN Top 10 Plays. Great effort there.
Kira Smith extending the body. And a good block shot as Paige Rinn come flying over, but we have 3 Wildcats down and the puck is not cleared. Paige Rinn able to get a stick on after she recovers. Somerville goes cross ice, beautiful pass in front. That's unable to get put on net. Not sure how all 3 of those Wildcats fell down, but nothing too bad happened for the Wildcats as Wenskowski gets it and just backhands it in, and that line desperately needs a change. BC trying to stretch the ice. That was picked off by Keller. Keller's going to take it herself. Unable to do anything crazy, as now the Cats can go on extra man opportunity. Dropped over to Pelletier. Pelletier tried to go backdoor to Dunbar. She gets the puck on the backhand, fires it off the glass wide. Don't know why they didn't move that puck up to Abby Chapman. Would have resulted in a better odd man opportunity. One-timer from Middleton. She doesn't get all of it, and that goes wide. Howland fires a one-timer from the port. That gets deflected. Keller trying to make a settled play. Finally gets it up to Longerin. Longerin gains the red line and dumps it in. BC exchanging a couple numbers.
You're starting to hear some oohs and ahs here, Sam, as a lot of more opportunity is coming the Wildcats' way with a little over 6 minutes left in the period. Both teams tied up in the shot total at 18. And they're also tied on the scoreboard as well, 2-2.
Looking at the women's college rankings, Wisconsin and Minnesota number 1 and number 2 in the country, but Hockey East opponent Northeastern at number 3. And what we're watching on the ice is the product of the number 7 team in the country, the Boston College Eagles. UNH unranked in the top 10 poll, but they are playing with a top 10 team right now, and they are looking like a top 10 team in the country as them and the Eagles are trading blow after blow. Like you said, 18-18 the shot total, 2-2 the score. That puck goes wide as McManus first on it for UNH. Carly Turner gets a nice little elbow to the ground by Kayla Barnes.
I'm excited to see who's going to take the season series here this afternoon, Sam. Again, BC has beaten the Wildcats, and the Wildcats have beaten the Eagles once, each one apiece. Who's going to take the edge here to wrap up this regular season?
Beautiful save there by Kira Smith, as Longerin had a pretty clear snapshot from the slot. She couldn't really locate it well as it just went right to the chest of Smith. Face off to her right side. 5:42 remaining in this second period, and it's been an exciting one. Good face-off win for the Wildcats. Here's Wenskowski, who just goes right by Keller, but she threw the puck too far ahead, and Jillian Fay is able to skate away from trouble. Fay just doing it all herself, gets down below the circles, now the goal line. Circles back up, drops it off to Beers, but Beers unable to do anything with it. Wenskowski fans on a pass in the neutral zone, and here's Agnew. Agnew goes far side to Watts. Watts fires a good save there by Tally Warren, getting down and using her shin pad, and she can feel that one. Tally Warren sacrificing the body to block the shot. And she's very favoring her right side. Nicole Dunbar, good lift there, and she has some speed. Gains the zone, fires it over to Chapman. Puck still kept in by Howren. Howren wires up a slop shot, try to go top shelf. Goes just wide of the bar. Puck comes up to Pelletier. Now down to Dunbar. Dunbar up to Pelletier once again. Pelletier tries to walk the line. Tip in front. Chapman has a backhand kicked away by MacArthur. Wildcats are getting closer and closer. And Pelletier standing at 4 feet 11 inches, unable to get a glove on that clear attempt by BC. Chapman one touches it deep for Barnes to retrieve. McManus first on the scene for UNH. Referee initially signaling for an icing, but Jenna Rowe first one to the puck, so it's cleared off. Devin Taylor up to Carly Turner. Turner gets it deep for the forecheck to begin. Flanagan and McManus. McManus went over to Barnes right by Devin Taylor, and the Eagles very quickly on the breakout. Offsides the call, as the Eagles just a little too impatient. And looking at the numbers of the leading point scorer for this Boston College team, Megan Keller, we've been mentioning her all game. She has served some penalties, but has been involved in a lot of the action, and she's on the ice a lot. And listen to this number line, 18 goals, 23 assists for 41 points this season. As a defenseman, she is 4th in the Hockey East in points, and she has 14 more points than the next leading defenseman. Incredible senior season from their captain.
She tallied another goal here this afternoon as well. So
good play from her knees there by Warren. Lauren Martin battling. She goes to the ice, and Wenskowski has to pick up. Longerin goes down, but no tripping call. Paige Ridd gonna have to hustle to get up to this one, but Jillian Fay beats her to it. Beers just one touches it down.
Saw the referee getting a little cramped up against the boards there. It's getting more physical here with 3 minutes left in the second period.
Paige Ridd dives to try to clear the zone, but that's going to result in a penalty as Keller gets a shot on that. That might be 2 penalty calls. Wildcats get a touch Just going to be the one tripping call on Padron, and now with 2:49 left in a period dominated by UNH, they give the momentum right back to BC as the Eagles go on the power play. They are 2 for 2. Or excuse me, 1 for 2 on the power play. They scored on a shorthanded chance, but on the special teams work tonight, this Eagles team is deadly, especially with that first line of Agnew, Newkirk, and Watts for the maroon and gold. Flanagan and Summerfield, the defense. And for the Wildcats, you have Pelletier right there on that far side, trying to get up to the point if they lose the draw. Harley Turner and McManus. Pelletier gets a glove on it and gains the possession of the puck. Moves it up to Turner. Turner going 2-on-2, fires it right at MacArthur and draws a face-off. Wildcats can change if they want to. They elect to keep this same unit, but now they decide to change as the home team does get the last change during a hockey game. So if you've ever seen a official send skaters back to the bench, that is because the visiting team's trying to sneak matchup personnel onto the ice after the home team changes, which you are not allowed to do. Here's Somerville, try to go far side. One touch to Watts. Abby Chapman just goes indirectly off of the glass. Approaching the 2-minute mark in this second period. Somerville goes D to Flanagan. Flanagan trying to go back to her D partner, but she's unable to control the puck. And Julia Gamble is just going to send that the length of the ice. MacArthur comes out of her crease to play it. Flanagan retreats after some good pressure by Lindsay Dumont. First time calling her name tonight. The freshman from Hampton, New Hampshire. Just 25 minutes or so from the Durham campus. Keller tried to go no-look pass. That was intercepted. And the Wildcats have 40 seconds left to kill, 1:28 remaining in the second. Keller gets it up to Balinskis. The Eagles trying to get some sort of momentum back on their side with the goal. They did have their third goal called off as Balinskis crashed the net and it appeared her glove brought the puck across the goal line as Balinskis once again stretching the ice. This Eagles love to use the far wingers to try to get some breakaway opportunity. Under 1 minute here in the period, and here's Taylor Wenskowski, the leading point scorer for the Wildcats, alone on a breakaway. Goes on her backhand, tries to go for it, and scores! Taylor Wenskowski gives the Wildcats the lead.
What a goal from Wenskowski, just flips it in.
Using the one hand to ward off the defender, she goes backhand to forehand. Watch the replay right now. Just outstretches Barnes and goes near side just over the glove of MacArthur, and Wenskowski, the offensive MVP for this Wildcat team, does it again.
And it looks like Megan Keller couldn't even reach right behind her. Wenskowski was just gone after that. What a great opportunity.
Her 20th goal of the season, and she used all of that 5'7" frame to extend her stick as far away from trouble as she could. And the Wildcats get a last-minute goal right before they head to the dressing rooms. Wenskowski, 20th goal and 26th point. Jenna Rowe now for the Wildcats. Tries to go cross ice to Carly Turner.
I mean, Sam, that's got to fire up this Wildcat team heading into the locker room, as you just said, going into the third period against this number 7 ranked, nationally ranked EC team. They got that underdog mentality, and it's showing.
Wildcats have scored 2 goals in the second period, as with less than 10 seconds left. It looks like the Eagles will get one more offensive chance with 4.6 seconds and a face-off to the glove side of Kira Smith. 21-20 the shots in favor of Boston College, but Taylor Wenskowski had something to do with the score as the Cats take their first lead of the game. Final face-off of this second period. Stalemate Eagles unable to get anything on net, and that's going to bring up those 3 zeros, which indicate the end of the second period. And with 20 minutes to play, the Wildcats have sparked life into the Whittemore Center. They lead the number 7 team in the country, BC, 3-2. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss this high-paced third period. Sam Rogers and Kevin Larney will be right back. period puck drop. Sam Rogers and Kevin Larney, we have you for at least 20 more minutes between the Wildcats and the Eagles. 3-2 UNH leads after 2 breakaway goals between Paige Rinn and Taylor Wenskowski. That second line getting 2 great scoring opportunities, and they executed. But 20 more minutes of some high-paced, high-action hockey here from the Whittemore Center.
And as you just mentioned, Sam, Wenskowski, we're coming off that Wenskowski goal in the second period. I'd love for them to show that again as a shot just goes up there by Turner. As Wenskowski got very creative on that last goal, sort of flipping that puck up, and luckily went in.
Boston College, the 7th ranked team in the nation. You can expect that they will not go down without a fight, averaging well over 3 goals a game. Only 2 on the board so far, so this Wildcat team should be expecting another opportunity. And here's Longren walking in on Smith. She tries to go 5-hole, and Kira Smith covered it up. Longren goes hard into the boards. Slow to get up, but she's able to skate on her own power. She's really looks like favoring that left shoulder, but she's going to stay on the ice and forecheck. That's just the hockey player mentality. Paige Rinn unable to get that puck out. Julia Scammell has to go behind her own net to Pelletier. Pelletier gets it up to that goal scorer Wenskowski. She one-touches it down, but she's unable to get it over the red line before she cleared it, so that's going to be an icing, and you saw that referee just point to Wenskowski saying, nope, you're back on the ice. If the team that ices the puck, they are unable to change. Oh, but we're going to get another inadvertent whistle. That's the second of the game. So the officials take away that icing call, so we get a face-off right here on center ice, but more importantly, Wildcats able to change that line of Chapman, Middleton, and Dunbar. Takes the ice with Truax and Howard.
And as they just showed on the screen, Sam, BC has won 29 face-offs tonight compared to the Wildcats 13. So another crucial part of the game here as we come into the third period. Face-offs, that's a 50-50 opportunity there to get something going.
It looked like that went off of a player on the UNH bench, which should result in a whistle, but the refs say play on. A lot of confusion on the UNH bench. Head coach Hillary Witt, assistant coach Stephanie Jones exchanging a look at what's going on. But regardless, we will continue the action here as the Wildcats and Eagles battling for the puck. Nicole Dunbar trying to get a stick in it. Grace Middleton kicks it up to her fellow lineman, but BC's able to control the puck. Here's Watts weaving her way through the defense, fires it in front, and Kira Smith is able to glove it as Kayla Barnes flew in from the point, got a beautiful feed from Daryl Watts, and she was unable to get a full strength shot. So Kira Smith able to gobble up that loose puck with her mitt. Face off to her glove side. Turner, Taylor, and McManus as we watch the replay. Beautiful no-look pass. And you can see Kayla Barnes is unable to get a full strength shot, but a shot from the slot is deflected as Watts takes a take of her own.
And I wasn't expecting Watts gonna pass it to Barnes on that last possession. I thought she was gonna try to force it in to the right side of the post. A good look there.
Newkirk dropped it down over to Watts. Watts gets up to Barnes. Barnes surveying the ice. Fires it in front. That gets tipped away. Somerville's there on the far side to keep it in. She goes low. Watts spinning in the neutral zone, comes for a change. Pass goes wide. Barnes able to collect it on her backhand. She sends it low to Newkirk. Newkirk loses the puck. Devin Taylor can't get it out. Puck still loose in the zone. Somerville holds the line once again, but that puck is eventually coming out of the zone. Longerin walks right in, takes a shot, blocker saved by Kira Smith. UNH letting the Eagles, take the early minute momentum in this third period. 4 minutes underway in the third, and the puck really hasn't been in Boston College's defensive zone at all. Big hit on the blue line as Flanagan is able to shake that one off.
Just saw
Flanagan gets the puck.
Just come right at Flanagan there.
A lot of physical play here, but the Wildcats for the first time in what seems like 2 minutes are able to clear it. Wenskowski fires a shot wide of the net. UNH desperately needed to make those changes, get some fresh legs on the ice, because this Boston College team can really wear down teams late in the game. Jenna Rowe with Polinsky forechecking. Rowe fakes left, goes right, but then she loses the puck on the forecheck as Beers is there. Paige Wren can't get the puck out. Don't know where the puck ended up, but we're going to get a whistle. Looks like it might have ended up in a jersey of Somerville, but we're going to get a face-off in the neutral zone. As you see a replay of that hit.
Just incidental, massive hit.
Just incidental contact as McManus seemed to go right on the back of Flanagan.
That looks like a hit an NFL linebacker would make, Sam. Massive hit there by McManus.
This Wildcat team, despite having the leads, really no offensive pressure in this third period. As Abby Chapman goes around trying to force it in front. Jenna Rowe was calling for the puck as she was coming down from the point. She finds herself with it now. Backhands it down to Dunbar. Grace Middleton all alone in front. Makes a move but loses the puck. She was left alone and couldn't do anything.
You wonder if that could have sealed the deal here, as there's 15 minutes left remaining in the game.
UNH has been capitalizing on their quality scoring chances, scoring on 2 breakaways and a power play, but Grace Middleton with her best scoring chance of the night, unable to get a quality shot off. Newkirk drops it off to Barnes, who loses the puck. Flanagan sends it in deep. Kira Smith comes out of her net. And the Wildcats begin their breakout. Jenna Rowe loves to skate, and she's going to draw a penalty as Kira Smith heads to the bench. 6-on-5 potential chance for UNH. Flanagan gets a touch, and now with 14:09 left, the Wildcats with the lead and now the man advantage. They'll go back to the power play as Jenna Rowe draws a tripping penalty as Newkirk got her stick tangled up in number 14 skates. And Jenna Rowe loves to take that puck from her own zone all the way to the blue line, sometimes even the slot of the offensive zone, and she draws a penalty. And now this power play unit with that goal-scoring line of Ryn, Wenskowski, and Martin set to have the opening shift. Howren goes over to Pelletier. Pelletier back to Howren. Howren up top. Pelletier goes down to Wenskowski. Wenskowski fires high off the glass. Expect Wenskowski to get on that far side of your screen to line up. Right-handed shot. Wildcat defense fires a shot. Howren, who's puck in front. Early whistle. Referee lost sight of it, but MacArthur was able to get a glove on it. 1:35 remaining in the power play. BC and UNH make line changes.
For BC, not only are they in the penalty, and they probably not the scenario they want to be in right now at this point of the game, but they're losing Daryl Watts, one of their key players. See how they can handle with the next minute 30 remaining
Somerville
on the power play.
Gets a slap shot up to Newkirk. Newkirk tried to go backdoor. Eagles looking for their second shorthanded goal of the night, but that's going to result in a 2-on-2 the other way. Here's McManus, waits, try to fire a shot that's blocked by Somerville, and now it's going to be a 1-on-1. Emily Rickwood and Lindsay Agnew. Agnew elects to just waste some time off the clock. Good play by Rickwood, who gets it up to Rowe. Rowe once again uses her legs to get it in the offensive zone. She takes her time. Now the Wildcats can set up in the power play. Just under a minute left on their extra man chance. Low angle shot on net from Carly Turner. She gets the puck up to Rowe. Rowe's going to reverse ice to Rickwood. Rickwood circles back on the blue line, skates towards the center, drops it off to Jenna Rowe. Jenna Rowe fires a shot too high, tipped by Wenskowski, goes wide. Wenskowski battling Somerville in the corner. Carly Turner able to come up with it. That shot also blocked. Keller there uses her shin pad to make that puck not even come close to MacArthur. She's going to take it under 20 seconds left on the power play. Moves that pass up to Brown. Brown gets it taken away by Howren. And now UNH can try to clear the zone or enter the zone with one last chance on the power play. Paige Wren gets it over to Wenskowski. Wenskowski fires a shot again. It goes wide and the puck came out to Pelletier. but she can't put that on net. 5-on-5 hockey, 12 minutes left in the third period. UNH leads BC 3-2 in the regular season finale here of the 2018-2019 season. The Wildcats have the number 7 team in the country on the ropes. BC holding that 25-22 shot advantage. Good play there by Pelletier to break up any sort of odd man rush, as Ryan Little was looking to go 2-on-1, try to equal this thing up. Faye goes right back to in front of the net. She's going to take it up herself. Couldn't find the stick there of Little. And that puck's going to go in the BC bench. But looking at the, the stats after or before the last period, Wildcats trailing after one period, 1-5-2 like we mentioned earlier, but leading after 2 periods, and this is exactly what happened. They were trailing after the first, had those 2 goals in the second to lead after 2. 10-1-0.
Crazy. That's a crazy stat right here, Sam.
So let's see if the Wildcats can make it 11-1-0 and end the regular season with a win over a top 10 team in the country and some more physical play.
And I think you can argue, Sam, that this is the best game we've seen this Wildcat team play all season. I mean, as you mentioned, number 7 ranked BC team, nationally ranked, and they're putting up a great fight, and it's showing as they're ahead 1 goal here with a little over 11 minutes remaining.
Last time these 2 teams played, Boston College won easily 7-1 at the Conte Forum down at Chestnut Hill. Just about an hour away from UNH's campus right here in Durham, New Hampshire. Hockey East all traveling really not too bad with most schools in the Boston area. Kira Smith tried to make a play on that. Looked like she just got a piece.
Looks like the puck is stuck here on the left side of the boards, but Agnew gets it.
Agnew gets it again, fires a shot on net. She's had her
fair share. Yeah.
She's had her fair share of scoring opportunities, but Kira Smith once again makes a save, her 23rd save of the night.
Also screened the goaltender, Kira Smith, early on in the first period, which gave the Eagles that first goal early on. Good game here from Agnew. But even better game so far overall from this Wildcat team, and let's see if they can keep it up.
Paige Rinn fires it in front, and that's an easy save there for MacArthur. But this UNH game at a 2 p.m. on a Saturday, pretty unique start time. Mostly Friday and Saturday games are played around 7:30. But the Wildcat men's team hosting the Northeastern Huskies right here in the Whittemore Center tonight at 7 p.m. Wildcats fell to Northeastern last night in game 1 of their 2-game series. So UNH looking to bounce back with a win in a Saturday 7 p.m. start time in the Whittemore Center, as now Newkirk gets the puck in the slot, but good defensive play by the Wildcats to eliminate any real threat. Barnes now with 10 minutes remaining in this high-action, high-paced game. She wraps it around the boards where Newkirk is waiting patiently. Collects it off her backhand, but she's bothered immediately by Pelletier. Little trying to find her man in front. Good escape move there by Longerin, but her pocket is picked. Puck goes off the glass and out, and here comes Grace Middleton and Nicole Dunbar once again on an odd man rush. Good defensive play there by Faye. Or excuse me, that was Barnes on the play, and the Eagles able to come down the other end with an odd man chance.
And there's so many 2-on-1 opportunities here tonight.
Nicole Dunbar and Grace Middleton especially, the 2 wingers on that third line, that was their 3rd true odd man rush opportunity, unable to convert on either. But they're getting their chances. Longren drops it off to Brown, and a one-timer there from Faye. And that is eaten up by Kira Smith. Kira Smith, who Hillary Witt, the head coach of UNH, has claimed to be the team's MVP this season. So far, the senior from Littleton, Colorado, played in, this is her 26th game, 12-10-3, 2.08 goals against average with a .929 save percentage. And in her final regular season game at the Witt, she's having a fantastic performance. 24 saves so far, against the second best team in the conference. 8:57 remaining, and it's going to be interesting to see this Boston College team. We talked about their record, 23-10-0 overall, 19-7-0 in Hockey East play. Very rare for this team to be trailing, especially trailing with only 2 goals on the board. Kevin mentioned earlier, averaging 3.3 goals scored a game. Nice backhand sauce from Keller to Beers.
See Rickwood trying to get that puck loose there.
Polinskas fires up in front, and that's going to be a goal. A great pass from Polinskas right to the slot.
Just
and
like
that's
that.
Aaron Connolly, who was waiting patiently as we look at the replay. Connolly was behind the net, just waiting. That wasn't Polinskas, that was Megan Beers on the pass.
Looks like she made that shot as she was tripping up, Sam. Looking at the video, almost looks like she made the shot sitting down. Kind of an awkward positioning.
Great find and great feed and a better finish, as 3-3 is the score. And you have to expect after watching the first, 2.5 periods that this BC team was not done on the score sheet. So now with 8 minutes remaining, tie hockey game 3-3, 0-0. You can pick the score, but the next goal is going to be crucial as a turnover there by Warren.
It's getting interesting. Tying it up.
No icing on the call. Keller goes off the wall to Somerville. Somerville tried to flip it up. She could not. Wenskowski fires it back in. Here's Watts maintaining possession, crosses the red line, and she's going to send it in deep, flips it in, and gets the line change. Newkirk and Howard battling. Howard wins it. She fired the puck outside of Dunbar's reach, which causes BC to deal with it in their own end. Longerin with a lot of speed gets it over to Barnes, who's jumping up from her defensive position. Barnes trying to fire a backhand, goes off the skates of Pelletier. Dunbar now has it. Dunbar has Middleton wide, elects to skate it up herself. Good back check there by Kelly Brown. Kelly Brown, the freshman from Burlington. Nice in the middle spot, geographically from Boston and Durham. McManus, the lone Wildcat, in as Devin Taylor is waiting for the puck to break free.
Looks like they're waiting patiently as a fan just screams out, move the puck.
Carly Turner right in front of the net. Good setup there by McManus, but MacArthur was aware of number 19 crashing right on her and uses her glove to eliminate any cheap goals this late in the game. 6:51 the time on the clock, 3-3 the score. Back and forth hockey game. The Wildcats scored 2 breakaway goals in the second period to take the lead as that shot goes wide, and BC just found the back of the net for the equalizer.
And both goalies here this afternoon have seen a lot of action, whether it was MacArthur or Smith. They've both seen a lot of challenging one-on-one opportunities, which makes this game just a little bit more interesting.
McManus gets it off the indirect pass. Gets taken to the ice by Somerville, no call. It's been a physical game all day long. You can't expect them to make those calls now.
Since the start of the first period, Sam.
Keller
right
tried to go, no look. Newkirk gets it, fires a one-timer. Good save there by Kira Smith, but Megan Keller, you can see her shaking her head, tried to get that no-look backdoor pass earlier. She was unable to. BC still able to get a quick one-time opportunity, but a great save by Kira Smith. And with 6:10 left, looks like the momentum pendulum is swinging back in Boston College's favor. This Wildcat team, only a handful of shots in this third period. And obviously one more goal is going to win it. So look for the Wildcats to be a little more aggressive. Pagerin and Watts battling, battle of the number 9s on your program as they go at it once again. Daryl Watts gets the puck low for Emily Rickwood. She goes high off the glass, and she's going to throw that across the line, which draws an icing. And Kevin, briefly with 5:40 left, you mentioned this was, the most exciting game that we've seen. We've called a handful of games this season, from the first game at the Whittemore Center against UConn to right now this season finale, or regular season finale, excuse me. Who has been your team MVP for this Wildcat unit?
It's tough, Sam. It's tough, but I think I might have to go with Wenskowski. What she's done, even today, she gets the goal today. She's tallied 26 points on the season. She gets her 20th goal today. Quite an incredible season from the junior.
Dunbar with some
Taylor
speed.
Wenskowski.
Gains the puck, Tori Howren, right in front of the net, trying to get something. Good play there by Rowe. No icing, you can hear the officials yell that from the press box as Keller, with some time, drops it off to Somerville. Keller with a costly turnover. Dunbar fires a slap shot well wide on a high off the glass. She was not expecting that much of a free look.
Just to add on to my last comment, Sam, I think collectively as a whole, this UNH team has improved a lot as a team unit, and more players are getting involved. I mean, McManus, Taylor, Martin, a lot of players that they can go to now, a lot of weapons. So collectively, this team's done a great job, but you can't ignore Taylor Wenskowski's effort. Great year from the junior so far.
That's going to be an icing on Boston College. We are under 5 minutes in regulation in the regular season finale from the Whittemore Center. Face off to the left of MacArthur. That top line of McManus, Turner, and Taylor capped off the score sheet tonight. Rowe walks the line, fires up a slap shot, nearly deflected in. Good play there by Taylor to get in front. Jenna Rowe goes cross ice to Taylor. Taylor just sends it deep for a quick line change. McKenna Newkirk empty, just left the bench for BC. Thought about hanging, but instead she elected to go help out the breakout, and she gets the puck here. 1-on-4 for the senior captain. She just brings it into the corner and wastes some clock. Wait for her line mates who arrive. Agnew and Watts, the two wingers for that top unit. Lauren Flanagan now takes it herself. Circles back into her own end. Circles once more. She goes DDD to Barnes. Barnes gets it up to Newkirk. Good defensive play there by Chapman. Puck goes indirectly out to BC. BC is able to break it out through the neutral zone, no problem, as Ryan Little gets it low. Abby Chapman got a stick high up to the neck. Paige Rin just trying to get it out to get off the ice, as Dunbar and Chapman are the two forecheckers. Puck goes deflected off of Rickwood's shin pad, just wide of Smith, as we are approaching 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third period.
And if this game results in a tie, Sam, this will be BC's first tie of the season.
Pretty unique thing to see after 33 games, no ties on the record.
I sure hope it doesn't end in a tie today, Sam. I mean, what an effort by both teams.
One-timer from the point was Keller. That goes wide. Puck still floating around, because UNH team has had a hard time clearing it for reasons like that. Keller using her glove to keep it in, but that puck just exited the blue line, which allows UNH to change. We are now under 2 minutes in the third period. A goal here could be the difference, or else we will go to 5-minute overtime. Somerville in on the puck for BC. Carly Turner flew in, missed the body and the puck, as Devin Taylor's there in that second layer of a forecheck. McManus and Taylor battling Somerville and Longerin. They're just going to waste as much time as possible.
I'm just hearing the same fan just yell, move that puck. Fans ready to see some more action with just over a minute left to play.
The Whittemore Center was rocking as the Wildcats scored those 2 breakaway goals in the second period. Nothing really to cheer about in this past 20 minutes. As once again, we have a tie up behind the net. Wildcats can't get it all the way out. When we are under a minute here at the Whit. UNH and BC tied at 3. And the final game of the regular season for both clubs. Both teams trying to walk out of here with a win. Here's Daryl Watts. Fires a good save there by Kira Smith, and she had to grab herself with the blocker on the post because she was sliding backwards, trying to prevent everything from going back in. Watts coming in right on the circle, try to go 5-hole, and you can see Kira Smith extending that blocker to make sure nothing funny happened after she made that initial save.
Well, Watts was wide open on that left side in the midst of that line change for the Wildcats.
Flanagan gets it low to Newkirk. Newkirk found Keller, but she fanned on a one-timer.
See what Wenskowski can do.
Wenskowski gets taken down to a knee. No call as Paige Wren gets spun around by Flanagan. Flanagan, proving to be one of the better skaters on the ice for both teams, brings it over to Newkirk. Newkirk thought about taking a slap shot and said she passes up to Watts. That didn't go in. Couldn't see if that was a save by Smith or a deflection. No icing as Barnes picked the wrong time to hop on the ice. And that's going to do it in regulation. As we're going to head to overtime, and how fitting is that? These two teams have been equal almost in every aspect of the game. 30 shots in favor of BC, 24 for the Wildcats. And Kevin, heading into this overtime, what are you expecting for UNH? What do they need to do better? Because this third period looked a whole lot like the first period, which is, you know, BC controlling the puck, controlling the scoring. What are you expecting Hillary Witt to tell her team right now before they go out in a 5-minute sudden death elimination style?
Well, going into overtime, Sam, I think it can really go either way. I mean, the way both teams have been playing, both teams seem to be capitalizing on the penalties. So I really think this is up in the air. I mean, just looking at the Wildcats, you know, they seem to be getting a lot more momentum when they come off of those 2-on-1 opportunities on those really great looks. I mean, they seem to be a lot more fired up coming off those strong kind of plays. So if they can just get that energy going, you might see a 4-3 win over the Eagles in the Whittemore Center here.
Well, you're talking about the energy, and we can hear the crowd getting into it as the music is trying to pump up this hometown team to skate away with their 14th win of the season, 11th win in conference play, and their first win over a ranked opponent, as Boston College, number 7th in the country, highest ranked team in the Hockey East besides Northeastern. Northeastern, the 3 spot for the national polls.
But both teams can't afford to get in the penalty right now.
Penalty could be absolutely detrimental. There's only 5 minutes in the overtime. And looking at the playoffs for the Hockey East, we only have one set of games already decided. Merrimack and Providence will begin a 3-game series. Game 1 being played this Friday, March 1st. Hard to believe that this season is already coming to an end, as March 1st is less than a week away. But Northeastern has the 1 seed. Boston College solidified themselves as the 2 seed, and BU as the 3 seed. Still waiting for their opponents, and it looks like the Wildcats and the Terriers faced off last weekend. It looks like they're going to battle as the 6 versus the 3 seed in the Hockey East tournament. But right now we have a game to finish. Boston College controls the opening faceoff, tipped away by Devin Taylor. Devin Taylor tried to fire it over to McManus. McManus was not ready to catch it.
And within this overtime, I think it's key for the Wildcats to stop BC within this first minute of OT. Remember, BC got a goal within the first minute of the first period and also first minute of the second period. So we know the Eagles like to come out strong within that first minute, Sam. And it showed this game. So far, Wildcats have done a great job containing them.
Here's Longer when she drops it off. Goes off of the shin pad of Jenna Rowe. Another shot block, this time by Scammell. BC can't hold the line. BC, nice stick work as that puck gets deflected and goes high. The UNH chant breaking out amongst the fans here. The Saturday afternoon crowd at the Whittemore Center trying to pump up the Wildcats with 3:45 remaining in overtime, excuse me. We're sudden death now, Kevin. This isn't regulation anymore.
Oh yeah, I mean, this energy is one of the best I think we've seen all year, Sam. It's great. It's great to see.
Good defensive work there by Pelletier. Shot goes wide. That was longer in with the shot. Watts gets it low. All the way over to Megan Keller. Watts can't convert on that one. Agnew loses it to Middleton, and Dunbar is able to one-touch it out. Keller there to avoid anything to happen, but Somerville losing some edges, which allows Nicole Dunbar to get right there on the forecheck. Bad turnover there as Agnew lets it up to Tori Howren.
Tori Howren trying to squeeze by those two BC defenders. See if she can get something going.
Keller gets it over to Newkirk. Newkirk now has it, trying to fire in front. Kira Smith goes off her stick and takes it to the glove, and with 2:36 left, it's been all BC in this overtime period. Wildcats have not recorded a shot on net, nor have really had any sort of possession in the Eagles zone, but all it takes is one offensive chance to walk away with a victory.
Looks like UNH is looking to be a little bit more cautious on the defensive side of the puck, Sam. It looks like they took a step back slightly offensively and just trying to focus more defensively. I wonder if that's Hillary Witt's game plan here in the overtime period.
Here's Erin Connolly. She tried to get up to Barnes, but that pass forced the Eagles to retreat. Flanagan now gets it up back to Connolly. Connolly one-touches it in deep. Nearly 3 minutes have passed. It's been all Boston College. Shot from the slot is kicked away by Smith. That puck's going to go all the way down, but not cause an icing, so UNH able to quickly change. Eagles, like they've been doing, stretching the ice. Here's Watts. Watts fires. Blockered away. Rebound still in play. Good save by Smith. 1:40 remaining in this overtime frame. If no goals are scored, it will result in a tie. It will be Boston College's first tie on the season. Daryl Watts trying to go backdoor to Newkirk. Now the Wildcats able to clear. That's not going to be an icing as that puck jumped off of Keller's stick. UNH, like Kevin mentioned, looks like playing a little more passive. Focusing on the defensive end as Keller goes zone to zone. Lenskowski dangerously gets it back to Howard in front of her own end. She just has to fire it off the boards.
And an emphasis on dangerous there, Sam. You saw Tori Howren bring the puck in the middle and wrap it around her goaltender, Kira Smith there.
Howren drops it off to Pelletier. We are under a minute left in overtime. And a whistle. We'll see if any coach wants to take their timeout. Katie Crowley, the head coach of Boston College, a Brown graduate, class of 1997. No former Eagles on the coaching staff of BC, but we do have a former Wildcat, Courtney Sheary, assistant coach for BC. And we do get a timeout. Boston College elects to use their one timeout, so UNH, in theory, they do have a timeout to take if they elect to take that later on in the period. But now Hillary Witt and Katie Crowley get to talk to their respective teams in the final minute. And we'll see what both these teams draw. But Kevin, first 4 minutes so far in this overtime, UNH, they look passive. They look really defensive.
They do.
I don't know if that's a result of their strategy and their game plan, or that's just BC just completely dominating the aggressiveness. They're definitely being the aggressor. They're definitely the ones taking it to them. And now the Wildcat faithful, one last hurrah, trying to get this hometown team fired up. And this is probably by far the most fans we've seen at a Wildcat game this season, trying to make their presence felt.
What a game to be at, Sam. I don't think there's a better game to be at this season. This is a close game. Both very historic teams, and quite the history for both teams. So excited to see how these next 50 seconds shape up. I think UNH would be happy to get the tie here. I think BC is sort of expecting to get the win, but both teams playing great.
When UNH and Boston College play, it's always a good one. Here we are nearing that 30-second mark. Jenna Rowe trying to get it up. Blocked down by Barnes. Here's Barnes coming in 1-on-4. Takes a shot that goes off the shin pad of Scammell. Scammell trying to clear it out, but BC does it for him. BC really not giving UNH any chance to get any pucks on net, as Scammell gets it under 20 seconds left. That puck gets wrapped up in the corner as we're nearing the final 10-second mark. And it looks like neither team really gaining possession that entire last 50 seconds. Final shot, blocked away by Kira Smith, and that's gonna put a wrap on the regular season as the Wildcats and the Eagles skate to a 3-3 tie in the final game of the 2018-2019 Hockey East Conference play next weekend. The Wildcats and the Boston University Terriers look like they're going to be scheduled in the first round of the Hockey East playoffs. Boston College still waiting to find out who they will face, but it's official. UNH will be the 6th seed, and they take on a best-of-3 series against the BU Terriers. But Kevin, final thought from this regular season. One quick sentence to summarize this Wildcat team before playoffs.
Grit.
Grit.
A lot of grit.
I like that. I like that, but what a fantastic game we saw here today from everyone on the production side. And for Kevin Larney, my name is Sam Rogers. Thank you for listening, everyone. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back for the playoffs.